Man, it feels like forever since I just sat down and chatted with you guys without tasting something or, you know. It feels nice, feels really nice. So this will be, I think, maybe my third Christmas spending it in Finland. And you know what, I do have mixed feelings about this, because while Christmas in Finland is pretty great, I also kind of really like Christmases in the UK. So today I thought I would do a little bit of a comparison between Finnish Christmas and British Christmas and see if one of them's better than the other. I don't know if that's even possible, but I don't know, let's see. So let's start off with a subject that's near and dear to my heart, and that is Christmas food. And while I think the core of Christmas food is the same in both countries, they couldn't be more different at the same time. And of course the mentality at Christmas is the more food the better in both countries, so that makes me happy. And of course the food will differ from family to family, but at least on my side, we would always have a ham at home. A little bit different to the joulukinkku, but yeah, ham usually on the table. And in Finland, of course, there is the joulukinkku, the Christmas ham, which is wonderful. So I mean, those two kind of equal each other out. But then what goes with the ham? And the side dishes, that's where things get a little bit, you know, off course. So at least in my family at home, we would have the ham, and then you'd have like potatoes, like whole potatoes. So the potatoes would be actual potatoes on the plate, the carrots would be actual carrots on the plate. But yeah, in Finland, they decide to mush it all up and put it in a box. Now, while I guess the essence of the food is the same, it's very different when you decide to mush it up. Also, I would probably say that there's more gravy involved in a British Christmas dinner. Yeah, I do like my gravy. And I guess there's also a little bit more fish involved. And I, for one, quite like the gravlax. So yeah, gravilohi, I think it is in Finnish. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's hard to decide out of the two. It's going to have to be a draw for me on the food aspect of Christmas. There's probably people on both sides just screaming at me like, how could you say that? But you gotta try both. You gotta try both, and then, you know, you'll see why I'm so split. I do have one thing which I miss a lot. And in fact, I've actually brought these over from the UK to Finland for the Christmases that I've spent here. And that is Christmas crackers. And for those of you who don't know what a Christmas cracker is, it's quite a fun little tradition. So you'll find a Christmas cracker pretty much on every single table at Christmas time in the UK. And basically what they are like mini explosives which you fight over your family. And inside these crackers is a hat, a crown, a joke usually, and a little toy or a little knick-knack, whatever. And I think usually you would pull these before you start eating. Everyone would put their silly little crown on. Not me, because they don't make the crowns big enough. So I usually put the crown on and it splits because it's made out of this thin little paper, and then I spend the rest of the dinner being jealous of everyone that could wear the crown. And of course, one person would get the big half with all the goodies in, and the other person would be left with nothing. And the joke's always terrible, but you know, by Christmas dinner, everyone's had a few shandies and stuff, so you know, they might get a little laugh. And one example is, let me see, what do you call a boomerang that doesn't come back? A stick. That's an actual Christmas cracker joke. You're welcome. And I don't know if it's just that Christmas crackers haven't made it over to Finland, or if Finns are, you know, morally against having explosives at the table, because these things like make a pop sound when you pull them. It's like one of those banger things that you throw on the ground as kids. I don't know, but they're fun, and yeah, that's something I miss. But I mean, you can have all the Christmas crackers that you want at the dinner table. Finland is literally the home of Santa Claus. I mean, Finland rests its case. Like, how can you beat that? So I went to Rovaniemi last winter, and literally as you get off the plane, it says, welcome to Rovaniemi, the home of Santa Claus. But I do have a question for Santa. Does he start by delivering the gifts in Finland, or does he kind of make a loop back around, and like when he gets to Finland, he's like, home. I'll just deliver these 5 or 6 million presents and then it's to bed for me. So I don't know if we're doing points in this video. I haven't decided yet, but I mean, that's definitely a point for Finland. Yeah, this next one, maybe I should have talked about this first, but the day in which Christmas is actually celebrated is very different. In Finland, I think for most families, Christmas Eve, so the 24th, is the main day where like gifts are exchanged, or if Santa Claus or joulupukki is coming, then he will come on the 24th. So he does start. He does start with Finland, of course. It all makes sense now, because in the UK, the main day is the 25th, where you will find the presents under the tree. And Christmas Eve in the UK is generally a normal day, unless it falls on a weekend. Pretty much everyone will go to work. I've worked pretty much every single Christmas Eve I can remember. And yeah, it's much less of a day than in Finland. Now for me, this is a little bit of a non-issue, because there are 2 days, so why not celebrate on both? We're in a Finnish-English family. 24th, we will have Christmas Day as the Finns celebrate Christmas, and on 25th, we will do it British style, crackers and everything. Now, I wouldn't be a true British person if I didn't talk about the Queen. God bless her. Now, every year on Christmas Day, the Queen will make a little Christmas speech. So the Queen's speech is actually something really lovely, and something I actually look forward to every year, because it's not often that you hear the Queen talk, let alone do an entire speech. And this speech is really nice. She kind of wraps up the year in this nice little bubble, and talks about the good things and of course the bad things that are happening, and kind of summarizes and, I don't know, gives her 2 cents on everything. But now, of course, thanks to technology, I don't have to miss out if I'm in Finland, because I can get it up on my laptop. That is definitely something that I do every single year. I make sure to try and catch it when it goes up like on TV, rather than catch it later on YouTube or something, which apparently is a thing. And while I don't think Finland has a speech per se, I think there is someone that comes out and says, was it the Christmas peace or something, and for X amount of days no one's allowed to do anything nasty, basically. It's like, just stay at home, eat, drink and be merry, and don't cause any trouble for, was it 20 days or something, which I think is also a nice tradition. It's just we got the Queen to do it. Now let's talk a little bit about Boxing Day, which is an interesting day because only a few countries like kind of recognize it. And this is the 26th of December, so the day after Christmas Day. And yeah, from what I understand, Boxing Day has absolutely nothing to do with boxing. I don't exactly know why it's called Boxing Day, but yeah, it's not like everyone goes around having fights. But I actually really like Boxing Day. It's kind of the day, I guess actually Christmas Day in Finland, so the day after the main celebration, where you just eat leftovers, you sit and watch TV, you feel really full, and yeah, sometimes you'll go visit family and friends and stuff. But usually there's some good sports happening on Boxing Day, and actually it's usually the start of all the big sales. They call it Boxing Day sales. So a lot of department stores and stuff will open up on Boxing Day and just be like, buy. But I don't know what happens on the 26th of December in Finland. Do people start going back to work and stuff? In Finland, of course, it wouldn't be Christmas without getting naked and going in a hot room, because I mean, they do it every other day of the year. Why not do a Finnish Christmas sauna? And of course, this is absolutely not a thing in the UK. Sauna culture just is not there. Unless you're in a gym or something, it's pretty hard to find a sauna anywhere in the country. So unless you want to go for a quick workout on Christmas Day and hop in the sauna there, but I have a feeling you might be alone if you go there in the UK. I personally have never gone to the sauna on Christmas Day. Maybe we'll change that this year. I don't know. But like, at what point in the day do you go for your sauna? Do you go like after dinner when you're feeling all bloated? And the last thing I want to do is get naked. Or do you do it like in the afternoon before all the dinners and stuff? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. But yeah, there are just a few of the little differences that I've noticed between Finnish and British Christmas. But yeah, let me know what your favorite tradition is, wherever you're from in the world. What is your favorite tradition at Christmas? Is it a family thing that no one else does? Or, you know, do you like to get naked and go in the sauna? I think it'd be really fun to see some different traditions down there. So yeah, let me know. And maybe we should start a petition to get some Christmas crackers to Finland. It's such a nice tradition, man. We should do that. Anyway, that is about it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, give this video a like. If you're new around here, you can subscribe. And yeah, if I don't see you beforehand, Merry Christmas. Have a nice one. Be safe. See you next time. Bye.